Oh, hello. We're back. Oh, no, we're not back. We're off. We're off. We turn up 11 minutes late and Gene does not even say hello. That's it. That is it. But yes, we're back. We're gone and we're back again. As you can probably tell from my face, I have absolutely been mashed. I've been out of it. I've literally just recovered, but not really recovered if I'm lying. Plus, one of us had a family emergency. That's all okay now, thankfully. Thank God. And we just weren't showing our faces online for a couple of days. So if you thought we disappeared, then sorry, we're back. We're back again. And so is Federico Chiesa, and so is Alexander Isak, and so are a few more other players. But a few other players took the piss last night as well, and we'll cover that. And it feels like, Gene, I've not been behind this mic. I've got used to the watch-alongs. I've got used to the studio now, but it feels like I've not done a show at home for ages. But it's probably been about 4 or 5 days. But in the world of the content creators, 4 or 5 days is quite a long time. But apart from all that, it's a very nice hello to you, from me to you. What's going on? You look a bit better than me, but not by much.
I'm a bit better now, Sim, to be fair. I wasn't feeling too great either. But yeah, it's good to be back, guys. Blame Asim. He was the one that cancelled the shows. He was the one that said to me, Gene, I can't do it today. I'm out of it. I finish work at 9 o'clock. Bus hoigi. So I'm not the problem. I never am. He's always the issue. He's always the problem. Just thought I'd tell you and get that in there before we move on. But yeah, Asim, man, you know, the crazy thing is, I'm absolutely gutted, Asim.
Gutted. Oh,
if I'm gonna be honest, I've been gutted since yesterday. You know, like flipping. It's good to be back, all that sort of thing. But deep down, I'm gutted, man. Like really gutted. Especially with what happened with Leoni yesterday in terms of the game. But honestly, yeah. But it's good to be back. It's good to be, you know, back in front of the screen. It feels that you're right. It does feel like a while.
It does. We know what? It's been so long that we can't even get our times right. I told you 10:15. I set the link up at 10:05. Why 10:05? We never go back at 10:05. But I don't know. I felt like going at 10:05 tonight. Not 10:30, not 10 o'clock, 10:05. And we told Ben we're going at 10:15. And that's why you've not seen Ben from the start. So Ben is probably making his cup of tea. And like 22:14 is what's showing on my monitor at the moment. And you'd expect someone to come at 22:14, 1 minute before going live. Well, not be an hour. That's like way too early. We've got an hour to the show yet. When we've got 10 minutes or a minute to go live, that's like showing. Think, you know what? I've got 10 minutes yet. I normally go downstairs to make a cup of tea or bang on 10 o'clock. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm. This is the new me now. Not from tonight. From tomorrow, it's gonna be a new me. I'm gonna go down and make a cup of tea at 5 to 10. Maybe that's the reason why I've gone at 10:05 to give myself extra.
That's what it is.
Oh, look who's here, Junior. But Ben's picked up Asian time. I've told you about 2 hours ago to tweet the show. I've logged out of Born and Red's Twitter, for just to let you know. I don't have the access for BNR's Twitter. I don't know why. I told you.
I don't either. I got logged out of it yesterday or the day before, so I don't have access because I think Junior changed the password. Hasn't given it to us. Yeah, and then it just fucking disappears. Yeah, typical Junior does no work. I was out. See, there you go. Never does any work.
Out. What the fuck does that mean? You're not allowed to pick up your phone. You like check your phone when you're out. What do you think you are? You can't like put a tweet out if you're out.
No comment. Then he's gonna say I'm picking on him, so I better stay quiet.
Like he was bloody hosting the Spanish royal family tonight. That you can bloody take his phone out of me. Eating pizza, yeah, that makes sense. Eating pizza. Anyway, tweet the show out now, please. See what I mean? and give me the password as well. It might help. You know, if you don't give me the password and I see about tweet after tweet after tweet from the BNR account, I could give you some credit. He could tweet me, anybody. I checked you out today because I was logged out. The last tweet from the BNR account 3 days ago, Gene. 3 days ago. Even the algorithms are thinking you're taking the piss.
Dead,
Come on,
man.
lads.
Dead, let us down, man.
But you know what? It's been out for 3 days. It's been out for 3 days.
Junior, it wasn't me today. Same, he's going for you today.
It's been out for 3 days. Anyway, hello, Junior. Hello, Junior. Hope to see you on Saturday for the watch along.
Yeah.
Gene, let's go to footballing matters. Where shall we start? This will be a bit of an open show because we haven't come. We did our fan cams after the Everton game and then disappeared from an international break ourselves. So where do you want to start? We'll go and cover the talking points, but let's stick with yesterday as well. I thought we'll come to Leoni, but I want to start with Chiesa because you know he looked good in terms of his technical ability, his touch, his ground running, his power running. Call it what you like, but that's probably what shocked me and surprised me and made me happy as well. Is I saw a footballer who we've never doubted in terms of technical ability or his overall ability. But you know what? He just looked fit, and I was happy about that.
Asim, I don't think there's many people who are as happy as me when it concerns Federico Chiesa. Everybody knows what I thought of him before he joined us, and especially when he joined us. I was the one guy that was absolutely buzzing with him. And I thought, to be honest with you, I thought he was fantastic yesterday. It was his best performance since he's been in a Liverpool shirt. And he was just fantastic. Every single thing he did was brilliant. And you mentioned the power running, the way he was hustling, harrying his press was brilliant. His touch, the way he took, even the goal that was disallowed, he could have had a shot to score that goal against Ekatike. Yeah, he just laid it off had a shot and scored, but he laid it off for Ekatike. The disallowed goal. I just thought overall, you tweeted that he played in literally 3 positions on that football pitch yesterday, from starting at right wing, left wing, in a 10. And I thought everywhere he went, he was brilliant. And we've been crying out to see this Federico, and finally yesterday we saw the real Federico. Hopefully that's him rolling back the years from what we saw at the Euros all them years ago. But what a brilliant performance, and a performance that will definitely, I can guarantee you, will definitely send some shockwaves on that left-hand side of Liverpool right now. Especially when it concerns Cody Gakpo and any other player, because this guy's not going away. What I love about this player more than anything, got left out of the Champions League, Asim, yet still, every time he goes onto that pitch, he leaves everything on it. He walks around with a smile on his face. He mentioned in his interview today that I'm at one of 3 best clubs in the world, and just his mentality when he says there's always going to be competition, and I just have to show and get the faith of the manager. The manager showed me, wanted me to get fit. I feel like I'm fit. The manager's seen it, giving me the opportunity. Now it's on him to take the opportunities whenever he's got them, because in the past, whenever he got these opportunities, whether it was a Carabao Cup, he never turned up, if I'm honest. But what a brilliant performance from him yesterday.
Talking of turning up, but this is not my Gene's fault. This is my fault. Ben's turned up on time. Ben, what's going on, man? Look, what happens. We're showing ring rust, man. We've been away for a couple of days, and we don't know how to tell someone the proper time when we go live. But nice to see you, Ben. He's looking a bit better than me, but you're looking a lot better than me. What's going on? What have you been up to for the last 2 days?
Seems like good evening. My name's Ben. Lovely to meet you all. Honestly, it feels like we've been away for ages. Oh, dear me. So yeah, just to clarify, that was definitely, I was given a 10:15 invite for tonight, and then I looked at the YouTube. It was like 10:05,
and you decided to turn up at 20:20.
I know, yeah. So I can't really say nothing, can I? To be fair, I can't say nothing. How we doing, gents? All right, all good.
Yeah, good.
Why? I just got the draw on in the background. Number 8, we are in the pot.
So is this a live watch? No, it's a live watch along now. Yeah?
We can't do a watch along for a football match, but we can do a watch along for a draw.
Go on, man. Give us a bit of Peter Drury.
Yes. Okay. Into the hat we go. We've got Brentford, Brighton, Cardiff, Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Fulham, Grimsby, Liverpool, Swansea, Wolves, Wrexham, Wickham,
I'd
Man
love a
City,
Grimsby at
Newcastle,
home.
Arsenal, and Spurs.
You know what?
Love a
that'll do.
Grimsby
You know
at
what?
home.
We're getting Newcastle away, aren't we?
Oh yeah, we are, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Yeah, I'd love. I won't. I won't lie. I'd love that. You know, the needle would be brilliant. But yeah, I'm good. Thanks, Asim and Sheen. Lovely to see you both. It seems like it's been an eternity.
It has. Ben, if we get Newcastle away, all three of us are going.
Yes, well, I'm all in for that.
No, watch along that night.
What's it called? Where did you watch? Did you just watch the game at home last night?
You know, it felt nice just to watch a football game at home.
Yeah,
honestly,
not having to put on a big show for the people.
You know what I missed most last night? A fillet of fish.
Mother would say.
Go get Mother Hubbard's delivered. But who we got? Has it started yet?
No, it's not started yet. Not started. Jamie Redknapp doing the honours. They have done one. I don't know who it was. Who was 15-2. I don't think that's either of us. Grimsby Ooh. At home. Who's it going to be?
Come on.
Grimsby at home. We'll play.
Allocation of what?
Number 7. No, number 1. Brentford. Ooh.
Who's left?
We're gonna get one of the big boys, aren't we? But yeah, I watched it with my granddad last night. It was my granddad's arm from the Midlands, so I took him to the pub with a couple of my mates and had a little meal and watched it. It was great, good game, wasn't it?
Unks is in the house. Unks is giving us Arsenal v Brighton.
I want a home game though. I don't want away. Has to be at
home.
We
want a home, don't we? Yeah, we don't want a home. Oh, Swansea, Man City. So we can't get Man City. That'll do us. Arsenal.
I can't get Arsenal.
Is Tottenham still there?
Yeah,
Tottenham is still in.
Newcastle is still in.
Newcastle. Oh, here we go. Newcastle.
Home. We're getting them. We would
have got told in the chat by now. It's not Liverpool.
No, it's live. This is live. 16. Yeah. Tottenham. Newcastle, Tottenham.
Oh,
that's a tasty one.
Perfect.
Who's left?
LFC Shankly saying we got Grimsby.
No, we haven't got Grimsby. Nah, these are all talking nonsense. We're live here. This is live. Wrexham at home. We'll take them away.
Take that away.
Go and sit next to Ryan and his mates. Number 3. Who's 3? Cardiff, Wrexham. Oh, what a tasty one that is.
Isn't it? Cardiff, Wrexham. It's a Wales derby, isn't it?
Hey, this is the most fun I've had all week, this.
How many teams are left? Feels like the new World Cup here.
Am I going to get Palace?
Home. Liverpool
home. Yes.
Here we go.
Alhamdulillah.
Who's left?
Number 5.
Go on.
Crystal Palace.
I told you.
Palace at home.
Oh, Palace.
At least it's a home game, no, gents.
Yeah,
at least it's a home game.
I live with the home game.
How many Margate derbies do we want this season?
Flipping neck. Honestly, we're going to be all palaced out at the end of it.
I know.
You know what? That's we are going to talk about Palace. It looks like we're going to talk about Palace again, but a lot. But I want to get your take on Chiesa, Ben. I was talking about. I just saw a footballer who really wants it, who really wears his heart on his sleeve and the shirt on his sleeve as well. But you know what? He looked fit, and he looks like you have to give a bit of credit to the coaching staff as well. They recognize that this is a good footballer. He's got natural talent, and sometimes we forget that what he did for Italy and Juve because of his injuries, and it just took too long for him to get up to the grasps, the grips of the Premier League, Ben. But yesterday we saw bits of the real Federico Chiesa.
Oh, my word. Honestly, I know, we all love him for his song, and he's had a little cameo here and a little cameo there, but there is a genuine quality player in there. But the big problem was his fitness. But that last night, I know it was obviously, we have to caveat it with it was Southampton, but that was the best I've seen him so far in a red shirt. He didn't start running for 90 minutes. He looked super fit. He looked super up for it. And you know what? Obviously, the Ekitike thing was a bit of a moment of madness. But they're the sort of situations where Chiesa will be on the bench now on Saturday, and he might come off the bench and do something. Stranger things have happened. He might even start him on Saturday.
That's my next question, Ben. Do you think he starts? Because as good as Alexander Isak is, he only needs one chance. Well, two if you go by last night.
Yeah, by last night. Yeah.
I look at Isak. When he makes that run down the channel behind the defense.
Turn this off now.
I was judging Alexander Isak on those 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah,
and that does not seem like a player. I think he's about 50-60% fit.
Yeah.
For that
absolutely.
reason,
still building his match fitness 100%.
Of course, for that reason, I do think Chiesa's got a chance for Saturday,
Yeah, I do. I was so impressed. I was so surprised at how good he looked yesterday. And it wasn't just, he was sprinting around the pitch. His enthusiasm was infectious. He was so positive. He was excellent with his attitude and his work rate. And you know what? This is a guy who, like, as I say, was the player of the Euros only 5 years ago. He got left out of the Champions League squad, so he could have easily let his ego take control and say, "This is a piss take. This, I'm not even in the squad." And yeah, I don't know whether you heard it, guys, but the now that Leoni terrible injury that he suffered, he's now in the Champions League squad as well, which is a real, obviously a small silver lining on the bad news for Leoni. But you know what, I would love nothing more for him to get a chance. And funnily enough, last night he played on the right, obviously, in place of Salah. Now he's obviously not going to replace Salah, but I tell you what, we're all talking about the left-hand side and about Gakpo not being in, the best form. His natural position and his best position is on the left. So if he can challenge for a position on the left, why not? Why not? So I'm right with you. I think he'll definitely play a part on Saturday. How big a part and whether it's a part from the start, who knows? But he's done himself absolutely no harm whatsoever with that performance last night. He was comfortably man of the match, and he showed real class and quality when it was required. Superb.
Gene, we've been talking about that left position. We all agreed that is probably his best position. If Liverpool have left themselves short in some areas, it's the left-hand side and the centre-back. We'll talk about the centre-back department shortly. But sticking with that left-hand side, yeah, Gene, I tweeted around about half-time that the beauty of Federico Chiesa is, yes, he might have lost that ability to go on the outside. When you saw him for Juve and Italy in that Euros, one thing that stood out is he picked it up and he ran. Yeah, whether he was inside, outside. But I just think, you know what? He could be, if he stays fit and he shows this level of fitness, he could be a real asset to Liverpool down the middle as well as on the left-hand side, but obviously coming in because his ball striking on both wings, how comfortable he is on his left foot, right foot, it is really, really a massive asset, especially when you're chasing games as well. He can play on the shoulder. He can play as a second striker. You know what? Dare I say it, Gene? If he stays fit and shows his quality, he could be our next Diogo Jota.
Asim, look, the thing with Federico Chiesa is the quality and the class has always been there. And Ben mentioned it was always the issue regarding his fitness. We speak about striking a ball and that Cody Gakpo is the best striker of the ball. You mentioned it, our football club. The truth is, we've said that because Federico Chiesa doesn't play. If every single player is fit, without a shadow of a doubt, for me, it's Federico Chiesa. He's comfortable on both feet, left foot, right foot. He strikes the ball so cleanly every single time. And he has all the attributes. It's just his fitness wasn't there. And in terms of his speed, you could tell he wasn't off it. But what I saw yesterday was a player that's possessed. 90 minutes of non-stop running. There was times where I saw him even say to Leoni, don't play that pass, pass it on the right-hand side. It felt like he was there trying to galvanize the troops, explaining to him what to do at times, because he is an unbelievably experienced footballer. We forget how good of a footballer he is at times. Honestly, Asim, I hope he gets his chance. You mentioned that obviously now Ekitike is out, Diaz is gone. This guy really can cement that left-hand side. When we signed him, and I remember you with one of the shows, you were talking about him being on the right-hand side. I said on that show, and I remember it, I said, forget Luis, forget the right-hand side. He's gonna come for that left-hand side position, whether it's
that's
Cody
his best
Gakpo
position.
or Luis Diaz. At that time, I said this was when Cody Gakpo and Diaz had a really, really good season last season. But this was before then, because I had a feeling that if Chiesa's on it, he will go for that position because he feel as though I think I'm better than these two. That's what type of player he is. But he just wasn't fit enough. Them two had unbelievable seasons, and it always felt like he can't gun for that position. Now Diaz is gone, and look, Gakpo in terms of might have got a couple of goals and assists, but hasn't played unbelievably well in the first few games. Chiesa comes on, makes a difference in that position, and carries on playing the way he played yesterday. He's going to gun for that position, Asim. I'm telling you right now, he's going to gun for that position. Because even yesterday, there was times where he actually went on the outside. Once where he went on the outside and crossed the ball in. He has every attribute. He just needs to stay fit and ready like he was. Because like it was yesterday, if we get him playing like that in the Premier League over 3 or 4 games, he's going to come for one of them positions. And make no mistake, he's coming for that position.
Because that's what it's about, Ben, isn't it? He doesn't. If we're going to go by the last 12 months, he just doesn't trust Federico Chiesa because he just didn't think he had the level of fitness just to cope with the physicality of the league. And I don't think he started the league game from what I remember. But he has to give the manager a headache and performances, and for him to mention him. And if you watched it last night when he went towards the referee to shake his hand, he just naturally bumped into Chiesa, and Chiesa was like. That sort of expression. He probably got a compliment from Slot for a change on the pitch, and it was a big moment for me. And you know what? He needs to do these sort of give the manager a lot more headache going forward into the next 2-3 matches. And there's a comment here that's saying why we overreacting. It's only against a championship side and stuff like that. But we have to compare how fit Chiesa is, because we all didn't doubt his quality. We've just surprised, and we're happy, pleasantly surprised with his fitness, the level of fitness, not just compared to the Southampton players, it's compared to the Liverpool players. He looked a level above in terms of fitness and quality, to be fair to him, and performance, even compared to his own counterparts. So, look, credit to him. The coaching staff, as I mentioned earlier, Ben, have grabbed him and done something with him this preseason. And you know what? Everyone was talking about that he's off. And he probably would have got that move. But I think Liverpool probably, they thought Diaz has gone. Diogo Jota, obviously, we know, with the tragic situation with him. Nunes has left. Liverpool thought that this guy has to stay. And they made a decision. And they thought, you know what? Let's get this guy fit. And we know this guy is very, very versatile across the front three. And we're talking about the left, but he can still do a job. And he picked up a few number 10 positions as well. So let's see what happens. At the end of the day, he can come. And we want, even if he doesn't start week in, week out, it's all about making an impact off the bench. That's all it is.
He keeps getting kicked as well. He got kicked in pre-season when they didn't even take him on the tour, didn't they? They left him behind. Then he comes back and he doesn't sign. He doesn't leave. Then he gets kicked again by getting left out of the Champions League side. This is not like a young kid. This is like an established Italian international with a huge reputation. He's on big money, so he could have thrown his dummy out the pram at any point and said, "Right, I'm going back to Italy now, and I've failed." And he's like, "No, I'm not." And whether or not I'm being naive and nobody really wants them in it, I've got no doubt in my mind that at least 1 or 2 Italian teams would have took him purely on reputation. But he said, "You know what? No, I've come to Liverpool. I've come to England. I want to prove myself. I'm going to give myself the best possible chance." And even though he keeps getting kicked, he keeps coming back and he keeps showing people that he has still got something to offer. And that was the biggest sign last night. And people are talking about, it was only a championship team. Well, if it was only a championship team, Frimpong, Endo and Gomez were all crap. And they didn't show the manager anything that they're ready to take part in the first 11. But Chiesa shone above any of them and was superb. So you can't ask much more than when you do get your chance, give it all you've got and impress.
100%. I think Alex has really summed it well. There is a difference, massive difference between this Chiesa and the Plymouth Chiesa.
It's great points.
Great point, and it sums up the whole last 30 minutes that we've been talking about Federico Chiesa perfectly well. So Let's move to another Italian, Ben. Gene's absolutely good. He's been talking about Leoni all summer. Got him, saw him. Looked like a bit of a Rolls Royce type of a defender. Calm, collected, assured on the ball. And then that really, really, really unfortunate moment. And we're all absolutely gutted for him.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's a real slap in the face. Like, if I'm trying to be, sort of realistic about it, I think, generally speaking, we've been pretty lucky with injuries so far. We've only had really Curtis Jones and a couple of little knocks. If you look at, say, Arsenal, for it, if you're being fair and honest, they've had quite a few injuries. So you almost feel like we were, probably due one. But for it to be Leoni, who's a 19-year-old lad who made his debut and really did look the part, to be honest, he didn't really have that much to do, but the pressure that he did come under, and he didn't really look out of place at all. And you thought, why, where do we build this lad up? We've got a real option to come off the bench or to support the Canate and Van Dijk, and he looked good. You're right, he looked really comfortable. So now, and we're not just talking about ankle ligaments or anything like that, an ACL. Like people may not know, but I had an ACL 9 years ago, and I'm just a kid who played football with me mates, sort of thing, and it took me 2 or 3 years to get over it. And I know modern science now, like you probably get over it in 6 months. But you've seen Rodri, for example, he's world class. He come off the back of an ACL, and it's not just about the recovery; it's about probably the year after, where you've got to get back to your best. And he hasn't, obviously he's a young lad and he will come back from this, I'm sure of it. And if you can take heart from the fact that Florian Wirtz, people might realize he's had 2 ACLs, I think, in his career, and he's still only 22. And he's obviously come back from it. So it's all about mentality and all about attitude. I'm sure you'll have the support of everybody. Probably go back to Italy, to be honest, for a few months to sort of do his rehab there, because that's normally what happens with young players, especially foreign young players. So yeah, I wish him all the best, and it's just a real slap in the face. But I think it probably reiterates the fact that we pull the trigger on Gueye in January now, if not Gueye, somebody else, because we're all of a sudden, Gomez didn't look, he looked ring rusty last night, and all of a sudden you're looking at having to go through the winter months with just Canate and Van Dijk, and that's a dicey situation to be in.
A dicey situation, Gene. If it's a dicey situation right now, it could get really, really desperate. We're playing about 5-6 games away from home in the next month or so, Gene. And I've been talking about Liverpool being short. We all said we're short in the centre back department, Gene. And for a size of a club like Liverpool, we're bloody champions, and we're not even hit October yet, Gene. And one injury has got us really, really worried. It's not supposed to be like that.
First and foremost, Asim, I'm absolutely gutted with the news. 18 years old, man. I was so looking forward to this player. And I even tweeted before the season, said, do not be surprised that this guy gets it. When we didn't sign Gay, that this is a massive chance. And I just had this feeling that when he gets his chance, he's going to take it. And Asim, what the really thing that's like won't leave me right now is just before that injury, when he was going to make that challenge. Qasam, yeah, I'm there saying, don't do it. That's the first thing that went through my head. Don't do it, because I looked at the side, I looked at obviously the artificial turf here, and I just thought, don't do it. And when I seen him hit the ground, and just like you could tell, just from that
straight away, didn't you?
You just fucking knew it, and it pissed me off so much, because I have such I had so much high hopes of this footballer, man, because I know this guy is destined to go to the top. I've wanted him from day one. He was my young player, centre forward back that I wanted, and then to get him, and then for him to play the way he played in the first half, I thought he was fantastic. Every time, calm, assured, kept it simple, kept it ticking, exactly what we needed. And it just really, really hurt me, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, it really, really pissed me off. But I was just gutted for the lad. But in fairness, Asim, now, end of the day, it's making sure, like Ben said, making sure his recovery goes to plan. He does, end of the day, Van Dijk's been through this, so he's got he's got the perfect player who plays in the same position of him to guide him through all of this. What you need
and
to
Gomez as well. To be fair, he's had a lot of problems.
He's got players who have had ACLs and come out of it on the other side. but it's just a sickening feeling. But yeah,
real shame.
we're sat here, Asim, now. It's nearly October, 3 months where we're going to be praying, aren't we? Every game, we're going to be like this. Ya Allah, Ya God, don't make it happen. Don't make another injury to our centre back. It shouldn't be like this, but it is. Because we missed out on Mark Gay at the end of the window. You called for 2 centre backs at the start of the season. We got one. I'm not blaming the football club in the sense of they wanted to sign another player. It just we got let down last minute. Whether whoever's fault it was, it didn't happen. But now is a massive 3 months. We have to make sure we get through it. Number one. Number two, there comes a time where you have to be ready. Come the 1st of January, Liverpool better have had Mark Gay in the couple of weeks before that, like they did with Van Dijk, signed, sealed, and ready to go. Because we can go up to January and yeah, we might lose a couple of games. We can come the 1st of January, we will be going for every single competition. Well, main ones in terms of FA Cup will still be there because that didn't start till Jan. You have to make sure the Champions League and the league, you give yourselves every single opportunity. And if Liverpool have to go in the market and go and buy a centre-back, not the 30th of January, mate. I want a centre-back on the 1st of January. Show
this
what you're
definitely
about.
forces the hand, doesn't it? 100%.
Whatever it takes. I don't care if Palace want 20 million for Mark Gay. You go and pay that 20 million and take him on the 1st of January. No dilly-dallying bullshit. No 5 million, 10 million bullshit here. No, I'm not waiting till in July whenever his contract is up. We need him 1st of January through the door. Agree the deal.
I do feel like the way that we've set up this summer to attack all the trophies, it would sort of be daft to commit to all of the players that we've bought and to be in all of the trophies, but then to leave ourselves short in one position. It just doesn't make sense, does it, at all? So I think that this will probably force their hands. And they go back in, because I think if we'd have gone through the season where Gomez was contributing and even Leoni was contributing, they might have thought, you know what, we'll get Gueye for free in the summer. But I think now definitely, because they will have to rely on just 3 of them, then I think they'll definitely will have to get something in January. You know, I think if we try and be sort of optimistic, we know that at a push, Endo can play centre half. It's not something that we'd want to do. Absolutely not what we'd want to do. But then you saw tonight, Arsenal are using Saliba and Gabriel in the 3rd round of the Cup against Port Vale. So, you know, we left Canate and Van Dijk on the bench last night, or not even in the squad, sorry. So, you know, there's other teams who are using their first team players as well in these games. So we just have to be smart and we just have to use it. And, you know, Canate managed to get through last season pretty much injury free compared to what he's been. And I think that is a real big plus for Liverpool, in that we are really good under slot at keeping players fit, generally speaking. And I think, as I say, Gomez looked really ring rusty last night. But I think if he stays as just a centre back option, he doesn't have to worry about using him as a full back option this year. Then he can play, you know, as a centre half, and they will be able to use him as and when required. So, yeah, it's not like a complete disaster just yet. But as you say, you don't, you know, one more serious injury, like a 2-monther or something for one of those 3, and when all of a sudden we're backs to the wall.
When hindsight's a great thing. Obviously, we've got the situation of Leoni now. Can Liverpool really seriously go for the big 2 prizes with the depth of squad they've got in defence?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
You think with the 3 centre backs, even though we've got an option to reinforce in January, Liverpool can go a real serious contenders to go really deep. Obviously, we're favourites of the league, but the Champions League as well.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. You know, obviously they have got to go only get to January if they do go for another centre back. And if we're in a commanding position in the Champions League and the league, you know, we're top or second there or thereabouts, still in the cup, haven't played with the FA Cup on the horizon, then absolutely, you know, they will look to get another centre back. I've got no doubt in my mind. But at the same time, I think generally speaking, if you look at all of the top teams, as the season goes on, they tend to have an established centre-back pairing that plays week in, week out. You know, I think the problem we've got is that it's a little bit of muscle memory in terms of Canate has got an injury record. Canate has got a history of missing games. We don't think that about Virgil. We just assume and just think he's going to be there week in, week out, bang, bang, bang. And if we manage them correctly and leave them out of like cup games or they get a rest on the odd international break, then I think we'll be fine. And we definitely can get to January. But yeah, no, I've got no doubt that we can challenge, especially for the Champions League and the league with the numbers that we've got. And then, as I say, we'd look in January to strengthen.
There's a comment here, lads. What our team has this season is mentality, chucking Reece Williams, and we still go for the quad. Bloody hell, Liverpool.
Do you guys think we can't? Are we? Do you think unless we get a centre back now in January, we can't go all the way?
I'm really concerned if Liverpool don't bring in a centre back of Mark Gay's quality on the January 1st. I think we can still win the league, but we are really hoping if one of them look, Verge could get injured. Let's hope not, but obviously his record is a lot better compared to Ibu and Gomez. But I would be surprised if we sat here 3-4 weeks or in a month's time where Gomez or Ibu has picked up an injury. I have to be realistic. I know what you're talking about. Ibu's record was really good last year, but the games are coming thick and fast now, Ben.
Yeah.
Really are.
But I suppose the only counter argument is that you can't have such a depth in squads that every position is like double, triple covered. And I know obviously you need those options at centre back, but like say Ryan Gravenberch got injured for 3 months. It's like, oh well, why didn't we buy Belabor or why didn't we buy Adam Wharton? It's like, well, you can't buy players just assuming that someone will get injured. And they did we went into the season with 4 centre-backs, 2 first choice, an able deputy in Gomez, and then a young prospect, which is probably the strength and depth that all of the top teams have got. I don't think any team, maybe apart from Arsenal, who are like defensive, like freaks in terms of they just put all of their eggs into defensive baskets. But I don't think there's like Man City's options aren't that much stronger than that, really, are they?
To go and look at Arsenal's defense, we've got a lot better first 11, but I think they've probably got more depth, especially in the defensive area compared to us, where they've got a lot of players like Ben White, obviously Hincapié,
who could do a job at centre half if needs be.
Like third centre backs. I've even seen a Timber in a third centre back. So we do that with Robbo, and it just doesn't look right, does it? And I know we tried it out in pre-season, but he's a left back for me, and that's it.
No, but then you can argue we have better depth in attack instead of them, don't they? They've got options and bodies, but as in terms of actual strikers, I don't know. It's horses for courses, isn't it? It swings and roundabouts.
No, look,
it's difficult. It is difficult. Sorry, G.
Look, we can look. We survived last season. I don't think we ever really used the fourth centre back last season, did we? When we won the title and thingy. And I've got no issue with that. I think we can still. But for me, this season, Ben, it's not just about trying to go and win a title. I want to go for the lot. I want to really go for every single trophy that's there, that's winnable. And you do that by making sure you have able and enough cover. In terms of Canate and Gomez, yes, Canate might have had a good season injury, but 3 prior to that, he didn't. That's for me still not good enough. We still have to be able to bring in a centre back come January. We bring in a decent centre back. Hopefully, it's Mark Gay or somebody of the same sort of caliber, and we'll be good enough to challenge for every single front. I've got no issues with that because Leoni still, look, with respect, I love him. I think he's a brilliant player. He's still an 18-year-old centre back that we just signed. So there's still we bought him for his potential and all that type of stuff. But if we hopefully bring in a decent centre back, a good centre back who's got the ceiling as well, and I hope it is Gay, and I think we'll be fine. We just got to hope and pray, Ben, that we just don't pick up any more injuries until January.
Just playing devil's advocate. If we brought in Gueye on the 1st of January, you're getting into the meaty part of the season, and the games are coming thick and fast. But you want to establish partnerships. Do you think Gueye gets enough game time to justify him coming? Because he's not coming to be back up, is he? He'll want to play.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying, but Ben, I think it's going to be about just giving Palace an extra 5 million or so and just getting him.
Yeah.
Needs are must. The needs were must.
He was going to come, wasn't he? So he's obviously knew what he was up against in terms of the challenge of getting into the team, and he was more than happy to take that challenge. So I suppose I'm answering my own question really by saying he was more than happy to take that on. So yeah, I think that's probably the answer, to be honest. Yeah, we just paid the money.
When the news came out that Liverpool are just going to go back for the player in summer, I didn't think that was going to happen. I always
Bullshit.
said Liverpool, yeah. With all due respect, I thought Liverpool were going to go back.
Negotiation tactics.
Yeah, that's all it was. And Liverpool were going to go back for Mark Gahey in January. Now I think we all agree that Liverpool are going to go in.
The fact Joycey dropped it as well, it was like email straight to his inbox from Michael Edwards. Put that one out, son.
You get something like that. But let's go to another player. We had a bit of a Messi celebration yesterday. Messi, as in compared to the great Lionel Messi, and Messi all round as well. I thought, look, with all due respect, I love the way he settled in, but I thought that celebration was an absolute joke. You know, there's call a spade a spade.
I forgot, man.
No, he didn't forget. He didn't forget.
You made a mistake, man. Just chill out, lay off the guy's back, man.
Look,
he made a mistake. He's a young kid. He's just come to the club.
Off.
He's been a brilliant start.
He made banned for Crystal Palace.
Yeah, I know. I'm pissed off with that as well. But we can't allow the kid, man. He made a mistake. He said, he goes out, look, I'm stupid. I forgot. He come out and said it
on
his
Instagram.
Sorry, I made a mistake. I forgot. He just got caught up in the heat of the moment. He made a mistake. It'll never happen again. And it is what it is. Let's not. They're lying, man.
For me, it was embarrassing.
I can't really process what he was doing it for.
When he did it, I started laughing. I found it funny.
Man?
I forgot about
Frimpong told him off.
Yeah, 100%.
He was like, "What are you doing, lad? Put your shirt back on. You're gonna get caught."
He didn't say what you do.
He was trying to block him. Oh yeah, but I can't really process why he did it. Like what it was it? I don't know. Am I being too deep here? But it was like take the shirt off and say, "I'm the man. I'm the man." Do you think he is a little bit? There is a little bit inside him that's like it's all about Isak. It's all about Isak, and it's well, I'm here.
I think you're right.
No. I tell you what it is.
Okay, go on.
I tell you what it is. It's just a bit boggled. He's just he's not. I'm telling you right now, and I don't want to mean this in a bad way because I'm a huge fan of his. I think he's a bit like not
stupid.
Stupid is a harsh word.
He's got a Nunes gene.
No, you know what? He's just not the brightest. He's just not the brightest.
Huh?
He's just not the brightest.
Yeah, so that's
not the pity. I'm telling you.
He's got a screw loose.
Yeah, and he's just one of them. But he made a mistake. Yeah, he's a big one.
Yes, nice.
He scored a goal. It's a big mistake. Make no mistake, right? He made a big mistake, but he got caught up. You got to look at the guy. Whenever he comes on, he tries his best. Even a goal in the bloody Carling Cup, Carabao Cup now meant so much to the lad. Yeah, it just tells you how much he wants to be here, how much of a success he wants to be, and it was massive, man. Look, brainless. Paul goes, you know what? Probably
brainless,
you're right. A bit brainless at times. That's what he is. But
he won't do it again. That's for sure.
He won't do it again.
No.
Yeah,
but the other interesting comment that was made. Sorry, Asim. The other interesting comment was made is that obviously he took his shirt off and did what he did and got the yellow. But what a lot of people were saying is he should have turned around and gone straight to Chiesa because it was Chiesa who put it on a plate for him, and it was like he went to the crowd. It was all about me, all about him, and it's like he really should have turned around and said, "You know what? That was all about you, because Chiesa could have took it himself if he wanted to, and he put it on a plate for Ekitike." But I think as well as the comments that have been made about him being brainless and whatnot, I think it's just a bit of immaturity as well, to be honest. A bit naive and a bit immature. He's just a kid, isn't he, in lots of ways. So yeah, it's a bit of a slap in the face that he's not available on Saturday. It's a big loss, to be fair, because he would have started, I think. But as you say, sometimes it just opens up an opportunity for someone else, and
that's why I'm more annoyed is because he's missing Crystal Palace. But when he came on, and we're talking about the level and the quality and the fitness of Federico Chiesa, he looked a level above. When Ekitike came on, he looked a level above compared to everyone else, and I thought he looked really, really sharp. And it's annoying, man. It's annoying, and like everyone's saying, like if he scored in a Champions League semi-final to put Liverpool through into the Champions League final, then go do you want. Go climb the cop, go on the Anfield roof and take his shirt off and throw it from there. But do what you want, but you have to look at the situation in the game. Like I saw some goals today, they weren't getting celebrated like pre-season games, for God's sake. Now lads taking his shirt off. But look,
I reckon Slot was pissed though. I reckon Slot will have absolutely
he was pissed off. He was pissed off, man.
Did you see his comments after the game where he said some players played well, but other players didn't, and I've told them already. Yeah. And I think we can probably work out who they were. But yeah, he wasn't happy at all. Like the game was obviously a little bit disjointed, which is what you expect, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh my word, it was just frustrating now because we've got a really tough game on Saturday against a team that's unbeaten in 17, who are a tough nut to crack, and you need all your weapons, and you don't want to be having to overplay Isak and then and pull something or whatever. So we're gonna have to be smart at what we do.
Yeah, 100%.
Might be the first false nine of Florian, but I don't know if I fancy that at the moment either, to be honest.
Was that a bit of a surprise?
You got Federico Chiesa, man.
You got Freddy, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Man. Who else caught your eye, Ben, from last night? Anything else that we should bring up?
You know what? I thought Leoni grew into the game, played really well. Looks really comfortable,
better, deeper.
Yeah, just looks like a really comfortable on the ball, just did the easy stuff. Jones was solid for 45 minutes. He clearly wanted to protect him, so he'll be a big option on Saturday as well. Who else? Rio did well, linked to play up well.
Quiet, Ben, man. I thought Rio was quiet.
He was. He ran at the. They doubled up on him quite a bit, didn't he? Which shows a lot of respect for a 17-year-old. But generally speaking, it was just a bit of wishy-washy sort of like mixed performance. I thought Robbo was steady and solid. He did okay. Who else? That's about it, really. I thought Mamadashvili looked all right as well. He looks like a really comfortable keeper. Big presence, come for all of the crosses. Couldn't really do anything for their goal, to be honest. It was point-blank range, wasn't it? Endo with like a reverse back flick with Pike or whatever he was playing at. But yeah. It's just it was one of them. Just get through. I was impressed with Southampton. I thought they played really well.
Really well, man. I was really impressed with them.
I thought we were going to smash them. They were like 16th or something in the championship. I thought we'll beat these, no problem. And they were pressed really well, and they were a good side.
What do you make of Isak, Gene? Great finish. Obviously, that's probably a finish that we're going to see. It's a celebration we're going to see many, many times come down the next few months and next few years as well. But Gene, like I was saying, I don't know if Ben was in the chat, but I judge any player when it comes to a striker, when he makes that run down the channel and then he just sort of goes for another 4 or 5 yards. Is that when I sort of judge a striker? And he just doesn't look right. Obviously, I'm not blaming him. It's not his fault. But that's why I do think now with the fixtures coming thick and fast, I think the plan would have been Ekitike to start Palace, Isak to start Galatasaray. But now it looks like he might have to have a proper integral part in both games, Sheen.
No, Ekitike can play Galatasaray.
Yes, sorry. What I meant is
you'll play 90 minutes against Galatasaray.
It'll be the other way around. That's
other way around. But he can't. Ekitike can't come on against Palace. That's the issue. I want to. If he could come on, it'd be different. But look, in terms of Isak, I thought he was decent. Took his goal well, had a chance earlier on. 100% agree. He's nowhere near. I think he's 50%. Just from the way you mentioned the way he's running, there was one time where he went and you thought, you know what, he went past his man just about. And the second time, especially early on the second half when he would run, you could just tell this guy, So not second half when he ran, you thought, you know what, this guy.
I was scared he might pull up.
There you go. And then the funniest sight was him jogging up and down at half time.
I saw that.
Hilarious. But
he was gutted, wasn't he?
When they told him you're running, he goes, "Eh?" I don't know what you did. He goes, "Yeah, mate, you're running." He was like, having a laugh.
Yeah.
It was funny though. But look, he's going to need time. But again, half a chance, Asim. He took it. Obviously, had the chance at the start. And, I thought the keeper, should have scored. Keeper made a really good save as well. But if he gets the chances, the guy's going to take him. And and it's a massive, massive game. I just hope he's all right. He recovers well, and because he's definitely starting. He will start against Palace without a shadow of a doubt. We need him.
You think so?
He has to start. We don't have a choice.
Yeah,
As
I
much as
agree.
you want Feddy and this, that, this guy will start and then see what happens with half time. Because
I'd start him as
man.
well. Start him and then Chiesa, maybe do 60 and then Chiesa for the last 30. And then what I'd do is I'd leave him at home for Galatasaray and give him a whole week to prepare and get ready for Chelsea. And Ekitike played the whole game on Tuesday because he will have had a week off. That's personally what I would do. And then Chiesa would take to all of them and he can be the replacement or the cover player. And then you've got 3 options on Saturday against Chelsea.
So you think... Go on, Shane, go on.
I was just about to say out of the next 6 games, 5 are away. Just so you know.
Yeah.
No.
And United are the only ones that we've got, and the United is the home game. So mate, they're gonna come thick and fast. So we have to get it right with Isak as well. We can't get it wrong in terms of his fitness and everything. We have to make sure when he's fit and fighting, he's ready to go. And I'm more with Ben. If it means him leaving at home for Galatasaray, just get him ready because we've got a tough run coming up.
Yeah, it makes no sense to be traveling to Galatasaray.
International break. There's an international
break.
After Chelsea, yeah. So that helps.
2 weeks off. Yeah.
But that might be good for, but that will be good for Isak.
That helps.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. Get him back after Chelsea, and then you're good to go.
And we've seen with the Swedish coach, who is it again? Ex-player, isn't it?
John Dahl Thomason.
John Dahl Thomason, that's it, yeah. He was really smart with him, didn't he? And Slot praised him, didn't he, in the last international break?
Yeah.
So I'd expect him to manage him really well in this one as well. You get more game time, but again, they're not going to be expecting stupid international managers to play 90 minutes back-to-back and break him. So they'll use him smartly, give him some time off as well. And then all of a sudden, you go into November and you're really starting to, to tick then. And it's just game by game.
Game by game.
Yeah, we know what you meant.
Yeah, exactly. There's still it's 50 minutes in. There's 356 of you in. Like and subscribe. The rules and everything else hasn't changed. So please keep on doing all that good stuff. We're on the race to 20k. We didn't make it in the summer, but we're going for it in January. Liverpool will be going for Margay in January, and BNR are going for 20k in January. So please help us out and keep smashing that like button.
So excited for 30 shows in January, 1 a day.
2 a day.
I ain't doing that again. We never know. You never know.
You never know.
If there's a few stories about some
we want him to sign on the 30th of January, really, to keep it. If he signs on the 1st of January, we're screwed. Oh dear.
Oh no, you were there. Avi will give us a bullshit here and there to keep us going.
Avi will bomb at us. Yeah.
He's been talking
Morgan
about
Rogers, you never know.
He's been talking about Sudakov again. Scoring a few goals apparently, according to
I'd score goals at Benfica as well, man.
You never know. They might surprise us. We might go for that forward, that illustrious other forward in January. You never know. We've done it before, haven't we? We've bought forwards in January before, so who knows, eh? If we're in all the competitions and Villa are out and they want to get rid of Morgan Rogers, then you never know. You never know.
Go on, man. Have you heard anything?
No.
Go on,
I could have said yes, but I thought, you know what?
Don't deny it. Don't deny it. Don't never say no.
Okay, I won't say no then. I'll just say let's just wait and see.
There's a question from Dean. Good to see him in the chat. He asks, would you put Bosley right back again on Saturday? I haven't liked the last few Bradley and Jeremy performances. Boys?
Frimpong was shite last night, to be fair.
Dirty.
Yeah. And I thought Bradley did okay in the derby. He Grealish had him on toast second half, to be fair, but he had the physical battle. But I think that question really is more, funnily enough, about Wirtz than it is about the fullback, because what's he going to do on Saturday? I feel as though he probably, if he wants to bring Wirtz back in, then Szoboszlai probably will play right back so that he can get them all in the same team. But if he's still not sure about Florian, and especially in a game like this where it might just be one that he comes off the bench again if they're really tight at the back, then it might. I wouldn't be surprised if it is Bradley again, and it goes with the tried and trusted triumphant.
So you think Wirtz will be on the bench on Saturday?
Possibly, yeah. Possibly.
Nah. Without Ekatike and thingy, I think Vert starts. I think Vert starts on Saturday without a shadow.
Like right back.
He has to be.
Yep.
He has to be.
I'm going Szoboszlai right back against thingy. And plus, I think Vert's had a good game with the Charity Shield against Palace, and him and Ekatike actually played well. So I think he will definitely start 100%.
You think Maka did enough?
No, Maka was okay. That's it.
Better.
He was okay. Let's not even say like better than his obviously previous performance. Fucking had to be better than that.
Still okay, but better than he's been.
It was okay. I have to be honest, and I know I'm his biggest fan, but the difference is the Gravenberg and Szoboszlai were unbelievable. I thought them two were fantastic against Everton.
Yeah.
I think
it's the age-old question, isn't it? How do we get Maka up to fitness if he doesn't play?
That's the thing, isn't it? But
I think
obviously he had his kid in it, so
I think if Wirtz wasn't starting on Saturday, he would have played at least from the bench last night.
Yeah,
I think Wirtz is gonna, and especially how Palace play. I think in the Community Shield, Wirtz looked decent.
I thought he played really well in Ekatike.
Yeah, he really, he connected well. He connected well. He picked up some decent pockets, and it's the way they defend. I think we need Florian Wirtz to be floating around and trying to get some pockets. They're going to be really, really organized, and I can see Dominic Szoboszlai playing at right back, but playing, on the ball in the number 10 positions, because when they do defend, they're defending a really organized back five. So I can see Liverpool playing that. And the few shouts in the chat about Wirtz number false 9. I don't think you need a false 9 against Palace.
No,
because they'll have 3 centre backs, and they'll say, okay, fine, we're going to stand here, protect our edge of the box. If you want to go in those little pockets from a number 9 position, then so be it. Because we're fine here with 3 centre backs and 2 wing backs giving us all that protection. So I think you need you might need a striker where he doesn't get a touch for all the 90 minutes, but when you do get that chance, you need to put it away, and that's why I fancy Alexander Isak starting.
Just looking now, Palace haven't played this week, have they? So did they get knocked out of the League Cup in the last round? So they've had a full week off. They haven't had to play the League Cup game. I know obviously we rested a lot of players, but they haven't had to play a League Cup game. So that'll be a really tough game on Saturday. But it's a huge game for us, because if we win it, Arsenal go to Newcastle on Sunday. And if Newcastle put one on them, 8 points it could be going into the international break, which is absolutely massive at this point in the season.
This is a massive weekend in the football calendar. I know it's early, but this it's a massive marker where it can be 2 or 8. It's that crazy this weekend, because both teams have got difficult away fixtures. Both teams could have got difficult away fixtures. Newcastle and Palace. Palace unbeaten. Newcastle's always difficult. If somehow we can pile on the pressure early this week on Saturday and somehow win, and Arsenal drop, then we ain't going. We ain't letting go of this title. I am telling you right now. This game is
the chatter. Sorry, Gene. The chatter just had me off there and said we've got Palace in the next round, so they're obviously still in it. So who did they play this week?
Who the fuck did we? Who did they play? You're right. We've got them.
I'm just looking at the fixtures. So come on, smart asses in the chat. Who did Palace play this week?
Palace played a cup game last week, according to Ethan. Probably did
last week. I didn't. Oh yeah, because they're not in Europe. They play in the round before us, don't they? Of course. Sorry.
Millwall last week.
They won on pens.
Yes, they did. Yeah, of course. So they've had a week off this week still. Yeah. So it's a tough one for us. It's a tough one. Millwall on pens. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, nice one, chat.
Let's pick the team, lads. Let's pick the team. Early BNR team. I'm sure it might change a couple of times. Alison, obviously, are you guys both got Ben? I want to come to you. You like Frimpong and Bradley at right back. Are you going with Sobo at right back? Going
No,
by Bradley's and Frimpong?
I think Bradley will play right back.
Do you think so?
Yeah. I think
So-
Wirtz will be on the bench.
Wow, that's a big call for me. That is a big.
It was
call.
a big call in the derby, wasn't it? I just think that
I think it's a bigger call. I think it's a bigger call to leave Wirtz out for the second week running.
Possibly, yeah. Possibly.
You could just, you could understand, even though I said, look, he's got dropped, but I could understand what people were saying. No, he's not dropped because he's played a lot of games and this and that, and there's a lot of games coming up. But you can't say that 2 weeks running, can you?
Yeah, no, you're right, but I just don't want us to be playing Szoboszlai at right back to accommodate him. I just don't feel it's like you're not putting any faith in the other fullbacks if you're basically saying, well, because then you're setting a precedent for the season. You're basically saying, like, well, we need to find a place for Wirtz. We need to find a place for McAllister. We need to find a place for Gravenberch. We need to find a place for Szoboszlai. Therefore, you're the odd one out. So it's like, I don't know.
Like exactly, he's doing a bad job there. He's been our best right back from the games that we've played. So it's not exactly you're moving him away from and making him play in a position where he's not gonna elevate the team. Him playing there enhances the team to an extent. Where going by the 2 games that we've seen, albeit there were 2 difficult games, obviously be slightly difficult. They're different against West Palace, where we would probably need him to probably bond down the right a bit more. And it's not always down to his defensive traits. Because I thought defensively he did really well. Will be interesting to see who he goes at right back then.
But Bradley did obviously play a bit last night as well. So, you know, you may well be right. It may well be Szoboszlai at right back. I just feel like, I don't know. I'm not sure 100%, but I just feel that triumphant midfield that works so well together. I just feel as though that's what he really, you know, he realizes that because especially when Szoboszlai's in midfield, he gives us such a better press in midfield while Wirtz is still coming up to scratch. He doesn't give us that intense press that Szoboszlai does. I don't know. He might surprise us though and do something different. He might do like a double 10 or something, especially without Ekitike.
Could we see different? Gene, could we see McAllister dropped on Saturday?
No, I think McAllister starts.
So where does Wirtz play?
10.
So you think Sobo or right back?
Yeah.
What do you think? Is that realistic? Bradley at right back.
Bradley at right back is realistic.
Szoboszlai and Gravenberch Wirtz in the 10.
That's possible as well. All of these, they're all possibilities that are obviously it can happen. It's not like it's a call that we've made that's it's a wow call. No, it's not, because McAllister simply hasn't been unbelievable, hasn't played well this season. There's no sugarcoating it. It's an away game to Palace, who are unbeaten. We need all our best players playing this game. If you said to me today, Bradley starts and McAllister is the I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
but I would deserve to start.
That's another question. He goes, does Gakpo deserve to start?
Look, the issue with Gakpo is there isn't many players that can play in that position. You're not going to give it to a 17-year-old lad, if I'm honest, to start. The only person that can challenge him over the one game, which is yesterday, was Chiesa in that role. I don't think Chiesa starts, no chance. Another reason why I don't think he's definitely not going to start is because Alexander Isak is going to come off, and Chiesa is definitely coming on. So I find him starting on the left impossible, because he's the one that's going to come and replace Alexander Isak.
Wirtz off the left.
So you're sticking with that then?
I think I'm convinced that it's the way forward.
What? No. What's your team on Saturday, Ben?
My personal team, I would do that. I would go Bradley right back, our midfield 3, and Wirtz, Isak and Salah.
Wow. Gene?
That's personally what I would do, but I don't think the manager will do that.
What do you think the manager will do on Saturday, Ben?
I think the manager will leave Wirtz on the bench.
Wow. Junior, if you're still in the house, clip that. He's probably snoring away by now.
Who would have thought he would have dropped him for the derby? We were all blown away with that, weren't we? No way. First Anfield derby, no chance on planet Earth. None of us called that, and there he is, sat on the bench. So you just don't know, do you?
Gakpo starts.
He likes consistency as well. He likes consistency slot. He likes repeating the same team for rhythm and whatnot. Now, we can't do that because obviously Ekitike suspended. So you bring in Isak instead. But the rest of the team, in theory, can be exactly the same.
So to be fair, Asim, his shout might be not as bad because can you risk playing Alexander Isak, who's not a fully fit, as your 9? Then your number 10, right, is Florian Wirtz, who isn't playing unbelievably well. Then you've got your left winger, Cody Gakpo, who, if I'm honest, hasn't played well this season, if I'm honest. Salah, who's just had a couple of decent games over the last 2. That's what you're dealing with. So you've got a forward line who probably, I'm not questioning any of them, but what I'm trying to say is it looks a bit disjointed in terms of form of these players.
Chatting after me here, but you know what? He didn't start in the derby, did he? So it just, I'm not surprised.
I think it's the first time the chat have gone for Ben as well.
They're after me. They're after me. But then there's a few of them saying, like, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. I think the fact that there's no Ekitike is a real sort of game changer in a way because Isak isn't fit, but he's going to have to play him. He's going to have to play unless he does Florian Wirtz as a false 9. That is another potential option that he could do. But I just don't feel like, I don't know, maybe that might be not a bad idea because we've struggled to break Palace down. We don't play well against the back 3. So maybe that would confuse him. You're like, you haven't got a target man to work with. And all of a sudden, you just win the midfield battle and you just create from the wide areas. Don't know, maybe it's something to think about. But what do you think, Asim? What are you going for?
I'm going for... what I'm going for is... I've got a feeling he'll put McAllister on the bench.
McAllister on the bench? See, Jack can go after Asim now as well. Is he messing?
I think that dynamic of Szoboszlai and Gravenberch has been working really, really well. We've been hearing what Gravenberch has been talking about, that role, about a bit more freedom. I think that could work, I think that could work.
Going with the Gakpo, Isak, Wirtz, Salah. So who's that right back for you?
To be honest, I don't mind who starts.
We're asking who's your right
back. Bradley.
So why wasn't McAllister involved last night then? If he's not going to start,
baby, innit? He had a baby.
Oh yeah, he did. You're right.
Well, he didn't have a baby, but you know what I mean.
No,
I'm sure his wife did. A scoreboard picture as well.
That's just that's just him saying that he's a family. But yeah, that's why he didn't go to Ballon d'Or ceremony, isn't it? Because he put a post saying it can't go. But yeah, there's Mrs. Baby. Oh, they were chatter after me tonight.
No, they do it on purpose, Ben. Ben, they do this on purpose. The chat, right, bastards at times. I'm giving you a warning.
I had 4 days off, and I'm getting shit. Shit about Palace in the cup. Shit about McAllister having a kid. Get off me case.
You know, at the start when the chat used to go for me, I was like, what the hell? Why are they going for me? Then you realize they're all piece of shits, man. They're gonna, if they get any little chance to go for you, they're taking it, mate.
I don't care. I'll take on all you mothers.
Don't worry, Ben. We won't bench you. Don't worry.
You know what? If it's on the bench on what's called on Saturday, I'm gonna be all over that.
Ben, just to screenshot who said what, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope he doesn't. I want to see him play, but we'll see. We just have to think. Yeah, it's good that there's options. Kirkes.
Okay.
Yeah. Thought he played well against Everton. He hasn't missed a header since he got done by Bruno, has he?
He's been he gets up at him now.
And the fact that Robbo played 90 minutes last night, that was telltale sign as well, wasn't it? Fair enough.
I think Dino was mentioning apparently Sarr is a bit of a doubt for the game. That would be nice.
Oh yeah, I was saying that I had him in my bloody fantasy team, man. He was smashing it. The guy got injured, bro. It pissed me off.
Well,
he's actually doing well,
If he's not playing, that'd be nice because
I don't want him to play. He always scores against us. The gate.
Yeah, I'm glad that most of them have had a week off as well, haven't they? You think about it, Alisson, Van Dijk, Konate, Kirkes for the majority of the game, and then Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, and Salah all had a week off, haven't they? So that'll be nice for them to have had that rest. So they should be fresh and fit for Saturday. And then obviously you just plug in a few extra bodies. I think I think it'd be a good game on Saturday. Be a good game.
Early prediction, Ben, for the weekend game.
6-5 to the Reds.
Well, after the 94th minute.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 2-1. I think I'll be conservative. 2-1 to the Reds.
2-1.
It will be another nail biter, I'm afraid.
It will be a nail biter.
1-0 Liverpool.
Ooh, that's gonna be nervy. That's gonna be nervy. 1-0. How many goals? How many goals have Palace conceded this season? Are they keeping it tight? Bob says 3-0. I can't see a 3-0. I can't see a 3-0.
Palace goals.
I'm gonna go 2 goals. Okay, I'll stick with that.
5 games
at home. I like that 1-0 shout by Gene. I can't lie, but I'm gonna be different.
That's good.
I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna go since it's 2-2. I'm gonna go 2-0. 2-0. 2-0. Whilst you're reading, we haven't even done the supers today, but they
Sunday, 24th. Yeah, so they conceded against Forest. They drew 1-1 with Forest.
And
they drew 0-0. 0-0 with Palace first day of the season.
Chelsea.
Chelsea. September. They conceded against West Ham.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. They just conceded this weekend 2-1.
Yeah, and then they drew 1-1 with Millwall, obviously won on pens, and 0-0 with Sunderland. So they're not chipping many goals, but then they're not scoring many either. So it will be a tight game.
Dean says 1-0 a Gehi on goal. That'd be nice. I'll take that.
Imagine that.
Let's go through
the Devil's Club. They'd all be after us.
Let's go through some supers. Ali, big up. He says, big up who plays up front when Salah goes AFCON. Wow, that's a different situation altogether. Let's just run a few. Christopher Alcott, thank you so much, mate, for sending this through. I think if Slot was benching him again, he would have played yesterday. I think he's talking about Florian Wirtz. I think that is just a massive call. You were talking about what type of, so it sets a precedent for the rest of the league. And then what do you say, or what sort of message are you giving in regards to Bradley and Frimpong at right back and stuff like that? But let's take a moment and think about spending 160 million pounds on someone and giving him a load of PowerPoint presentations in the summer, and then after 4 or 5 games, benching him for the next 2 games. And then I just think, look, it's a saying where just play him into form, and can Liverpool afford to do that? But I think he'll come good. I think
I've got no doubt in my mind. I think he'd be absolutely brilliant. But I just think, you look at the situation. We've already talked about it. So many great players for Liverpool have been in and out of the side. I remember when Fabinho signed, and I know obviously it's less money, but it was still big money, and he was still a big signing. I remember him having a stinker against Arsenal, and people like, this fella's no good. He's not for us. Like, he's rubbish. And he ended up becoming one of the best DMs that we've had in our recent history. So I can understand the pressure building if Florian Wirtz doesn't start consecutive games, without a doubt. But at the same time, it would also be strong management to say that, the price tag's the price tag, but we're not playing you because of your price tag. We're playing you because it's the right time to play. Like, why did he bench him against Everton? If he's a 116 million pound player, are we saying he should start every game, essentially, every big game? he needs to be used right, and if it means bringing him off the bench for half an hour when the pace or the intensity is lower to get him a goal or an assist and build his fitness up, then maybe that's a shout. But he didn't look great against Everton when he came off the bench either, to be honest.
Ben, is it fair to say that Liverpool have got more unpredictability about them when Florian Wirtz is off the pitch right now? What I mean about that is if McAllister is playing and Gravenberch is playing, he's more of a natural 10, isn't he, Florian Wirtz? So he doesn't come into really deep areas. At times we saw it against Bournemouth and Arsenal, but that was because of the aggressive press. We more settled play. It's a different type of set with it's 2 and a 1. But when it's McAllister, what do you call it? Florian Wirtz, not Florian Wirtz, Gravenberch and Szoboszlai. There's a lot more fluidity about it rather than having the 2 and then having the Roma in Florian Wirtz.
Absolutely, yeah.
Is that one of the reasons why Liverpool, look better?
Yeah, I wonder whether or not it wasn't just the fact that McAllister was on the pitch. We also seen Kerkez inverting a lot more and he was a lot more prominent and a lot higher up the pitch starting position. And I wonder whether that was because McAllister was on the pitch and you wouldn't feel as comfortable doing that with Wirtz there because Wirtz is not naturally inclined to defend or cover Kerkez. So there's definitely options to talk about. As I say, I think it would be a big discussion and a big talking point if Wirtz is on the bench again on Saturday. But then flip it round and say, right, okay, if he goes with his tried and trusted 3 and they do the job and they wear them down and then Wirtz comes off the bench and gets the winner or sets up the winner, then you think to yourself, he's been vindicated with his decision.
Ben,
it's a similar scenario with Isak. In terms of it's different for Isak. It's not about form, it's about fitness. But he's not just like, oh, we paid £125 million for him. We've got to play him. And it's like you've got to build him and get him right and get him into and I think with Wirtz, it's a similar situation. It's just form instead of fitness. But yeah, I may be talking out my arse, but we'll see. Sorry,
when I tweet Florian Wirtz starts on Saturday, I'm tagging you.
I'm off. Don't tag me.
Ali thank you very much, Ali, for the super chat again. He says, Gehi on goal against his future club. That'll reduce his transfer fee in January, at least, a few on goals. Promo, Ben, you starting in Saturday goal.
Who's this clown? Get rid.
It's all right, Ben. I had to go at him the other week.
I think he's been on a few times and he likes pulling chains, doesn't he?
He does.
Yusuf is in the chat. He says, yes, the boys love the channel, especially when Gene's swearing at Avi. You'll get Gene swearing at Avi probably tomorrow because as things stand, there is a chip and Gene tomorrow. Shame on Leoni as well, especially him being so good yesterday. 100% get well soon. Right. Hussein saying Asim knows he starts. I don't even think Slot knows he starts at the moment. Never mind me.
That would be impressive,
That would be impressive. Ho gaya, done. The comeback is over. 1 hour, 20 minutes. Still nearly 350 people watching. 11:30 on a Wednesday even, I should say. But yeah, man, there's no upset in the Carabao Cup today. All the big teams have gone through. Liverpool. When do we play that tie, lads? When do we play it?
That's a very good question, though. Very good question. Chat will probably tell me before me, but it hasn't actually been announced yet, I don't think. So the 4th round.
It'll definitely be on TV, won't it?
Oh, yeah. They're all on TV this year, aren't they? Because they've put them on like Sky Arena and stuff like that.
27th of October. Wow.
Is that what they're saying? So that is after the 7th of October.
27th.
No. 27th.
Yeah. That's after Brentford at home.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's in. So the Tuesday or the Wednesday after Brentford.
After Brentford,
sandwiched in between Villa at home on the Saturday night and Brentford away on the Saturday night before. So yeah,
Real Madrid and Man City.
Big week, huh? Big week.
At home. So we've got quite a few home games that week. In Arden 5-4 will be at home.
Wow. Are you all ready to roll for Galatasaray on Tuesday, Gene?
No, man.
You're not going?
He's going somewhere else. on Friday,
Oh,
Saturday.
I'd already, it was the 1 week, Ben, that I'm away that I'd already booked.
You're not already in Turkey, are you?
No, I'm already abroad, but not in Turkey.
Close enough.
Devastated.
So I'm away. It was the 1 week that I couldn't accept. And the reason why I've not said anything is I've tried to maneuver my way around it, yeah. Because
the classic.
It just it's
You
not
never
gonna
know.
happen, man.
You can cross the border. You can cross
No,
the border.
it's impossible, man.
Right,
gutted.
Yeah, these comments from Arteta has been have been really interesting, haven't they? Arteta's phone blowing up.
No, not just managers, from the CEOs, from the fucking owners, from everybody. He's just getting them on messages. What, Kasami is just an absolute idiot of a manager. I'm sorry, he can be tactically good, all the bullshit. Yeah? Proper rattled, man. And
like, the biggest irony for me, Gene, is like when he was talking about playing Zubimendi, Mourinho, and Rice in midfield, and then talking about who messaged him and what we did to Man City. Yeah, they played well, they controlled the game, and that's okay. But when you're talking about the midfield and you're defending him, then why did you make a change on the 45th minute yourself?
Exactly.
Like, sometimes you hold your hands up and say, yeah, we looked a bit pedestrian and I made changes and we played better for it.
You only played better when you made the changes, you idiot.
Yeah. He brought Gabriel on tonight. He brought Gabriel on tonight when they were 1-0 up against Port Vale. Saliba was already playing. So we had Gabriel and Saliba to close the game out. And they ended up winning 2-0, I think it was. And Trossard come on and scored. But it's like, honestly, he's terrified of getting beat. Yeah, he had nearly most of his first team out tonight. I think there was only Rice and Zubimendi that didn't start. Adam was like his first choice.
I think Saliba wants to get Saliba to get some minutes in it, so especially before Newcastle.
Yeah, Saka needs some minutes as well, doesn't he?
Yeah. But honestly, it's like that'll be fun. We'll be cheering the two.
We win, Ben, on Saturday, and these fuckers drop because their 30's gonna come out, and I'm gonna drill every single Arsenal fan, especially Sully and I know they're in the chat. Sully and Hassan and these boys, they're gonna get it from me, man.
They're getting it from their own fans as well, aren't they? Their own fans are after them at the moment. They're not happy at all because they're just, as I say, they're just not going for games at all. They're just not going for it. But as I say, as long as we do our job, then that's all you can ask for, isn't it?
Win on Sunday. Sunday, this is why it's such a massive game. Get the job done. All the pressure on them. If they drop, chutti, mate. Chutti. Say chutti. Then they fucked it, mate.
Okay, people, we'll leave it there. We're back tomorrow with Chip and Gene. AFTV Meltdown coming. When do they play that Arsenal game?
Super Sunday?
4:30.
Yeah.
4:30.
Wow. Hope it's really wet. Really hope it's really windy. And it's going to be loud as well.
James will be rocking. They got a nice little confidence booster tonight, didn't they? They battered Brentford. I think it was 3-1, 4-1, something like that. So that'll do them good.
I was gutted about
that on Sunday.
Our local team, man. Bradford got, but you know what? Bradford sitting pretty at top of the table, though.
Yeah, they're flying, man.
Nice. So that's so they're playing well, then. So that's a good result, then, isn't it, for Newcastle? They must have played all right there. Yeah.
Can we lend Newcastle Isak on Sunday?
I saw one clip before. It was like even after Isak scored last night, then Newcastle have come out and said he's still not for sale, and he's what's it called? He won't be allowed to leave under any circumstances.
Okay, people, we leave it there. Smash a like. Let us know what you think. Bill all the line when you watch the show later. But yeah, we were ill and we had a few things going on, but we're back now, and the games are going to be coming thick and fast. We're back for the watch along on Saturday, and then Sunday we'll be doing the red zone as well. So you've got us at least for the next 3 days, and after that we don't know. Just stay tuned, and we shall see you very, very soon. Have a good night. We'll catch you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Take care.